All right, welcome back to the 5 Minute Trader podcast. And here at the 1 Minute Trader, we wanted to just throw out some basic resolutions. Even though we're in the dog days of summer, it's a good time to review what I call the top 10 resolutions for traders. Number one, don't be too anxious to trade early in what used to be known as the pit session. So that first half hour, the first hour, when we are opening the markets, especially on Mondays, don't be too anxious to jump the gun, fade. Don't be too anxious to jump the gun and try to create a trend that maybe isn't there. Take your time. When we open in balance, give it some time. You've got more information via this time. I always say time is much more important than price. So give yourself some time. When you feel that you are afraid you are going to miss the trade, again, FOMO, we talked about that all the time, it is more likely you're going to have an impulsive desire to trade. Impulse trades typically don't work out. They don't typically yield positive results. Number two, in the resolutions, do not fade trend days. And in this market that we're in right now, couldn't be more valuable information. How do you know when a trend day is? Well, I can usually tell a trend day by 2.5, 3 hours. So by 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning here in the West Coast, 9 o'clock would be 12 o'clock Eastern, you can see, are we trending? I like to use, real simply, a 10-minute or a 15-minute chart. Have we stayed above a simple or exponential moving average of a 10 period for the entire day, or if we stayed below, then we are probably in a trend day. If you see that, don't fade it. Wait until the end of the day, or wait for a break of the trend and a re-enter. In other words, if we were going up, and then we broke, wait for it to come back and test the area where it broke. It usually will give you one more chance to get back in. So don't fade trend days. Wait for the market to kind of dictate when the trend is broken, and then you can get back in. Number three, markets are very visual. So print out your charts, put them on your desk, pre-identify references that you think are important, value areas, points of control, pivots, Fibonacci numbers. Do this and do some little pre-game planning so you can check them off as they happen during the day and as they are reached. Record any references that you have that develop during the day, write it down. I think it helps no matter what type of trader you are. Put the session high, session low, half back. These are key references that you want to include in your daily views of the markets. Markets are visual. Print out your charts. Number four, have various looks, whether it's 1 day to 2 days to a week to 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Know the time frames of the products that you're trading, and have the profiles, if you're using market profile, collapsed, expanded, and split out so you can see whether you're one time framing, if you're day trading, or if you're looking at longer time frames, again, expand those profiles so you can see out over time. Number five, identify and mark potential destinations on your charts. Where could we go? So, for example, today we had a little reactive rally after a big sell-off yesterday. I was looking for a higher price to sell. Once we get to that price, you trigger, and you can mark that on your chart. That way you know how to behave when the market gets to your spots during the day. Number six in your top 10 resolutions for traders at all times. Know your opportunities. So if we open inside the prior pit session range, we are in balance. There's going to be smaller opportunities in that day. If we open outside the prior pit session range, we are out of balance and there are larger opportunities. Understand the type of day, understand the type of market that we're trading in, and adjust your strategy and your tactics accordingly to recognize breakout trades versus just reversion to the mean trades. There's two types of trades. You're either with the trend, against the trend, or playing for no movement at all. There's really three basic types of trades. Number seven, understand the conditions that lead to day time frame inventory being too long or too short. All right, so understand that this happens repeatedly. and offers several trading opportunities within just the day time frame, and then you can expand to a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks beyond that. Number 8, understand the overnight inventory. What did the market do after we closed until it opened? What kind of things happened in the market that you need to be aware of after it closed to before it opened? And how do you understand the influence, the potential influence at least, of that in the early pit session, okay? Number 9, trade location is still, in my opinion, the best risk management tool that we have. Where is the market right now? Where could it go? What kinds of opportunities does that provide you? And or what kind of risk, more importantly, will that put on your plate, knowing where the trade is right now? Who is in control of the market? Strong money, weak hands, strong hands, large volume, small volume. These things you need to stay on top of every day, pre-identify some trade locations for the day. And then again, short-term, intermediate, and long-term time references, have those laid out so you know what to do. And number 10, finally, in the top 10 resolutions for traders, keep a landscape perspective. What do I mean by this? Simply means that I look at multiple profiles over multiple time frames, again, across multiple markets. This gives you a better macro appreciation of the markets, whether they are in confluence or they're in divergence. Otherwise you're just looking at a chart independently and in a vacuum, and that doesn't really help you. So the broader landscape perspective is really important, and it's one that we feel here at the 1 Minute Trader will help you be a better trader. With that said, I'd like to again thank you for listening to the 1 Minute Trader podcast. If you have any questions, please send them to me at matt@OneMinuteTrader.TV. And in addition, we offer a great product for entry level into our system, which will give you a video. It's called the 5 Minute Trader, where we provide a 5-minute video to your mailbox every day with a good, actionable trade idea with defined risk. And in addition to that, you can pick that up it's probably our most popular program, pick that up, pay for 6 months, and get the year up front. So instead of doing it month by month, which we can do, but I'm all about value. I'm a value buyer. I like to buy value, sell over value, and buy below value. This is what we do as traders. So buy the whole year up front for $288. I mean, you're not going to find a better bargain out there. You're going to get basically 200 plus or 250 trade ideas a year, and with that, you're definitely you're paying less than $1 or just over $1 per trade video, less than 5 minutes. It's condensed. Put it in. You can use it, trade upon it every day when you're available to trade. Most of these trades they're not day trades. They may take a day, they may take 2 weeks, up to a month. But they're really solid ideas delivered to your box across all markets, across stocks, equities, options, futures, commodities, interest rate products, currencies, etc. We cover it all. So let us do the hard work, the heavy lifting, to give you, who are on the go, the best ideas every day. If you want more one-on-one coverage, again, drop us a line. We do anywhere from 1 hour consulting up to full days, months at a time for larger clients. So drop me a line, matt@OneMinuteTrader.TV. If you have any questions, that's where you can reach me at any time. And we look forward, appreciate you listening to the podcast. Please like us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, etc., wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time here on the 1 Minute Trader.